Well, happy Monday. Today is September 23rd, and I hope everybody had a good weekend. And as I put out on Friday, we do have a new disclosure, a new and improved flood disclosure. Seems every 2 to 3 years, the Florida the legislature gives us a new round of disclosures. And in light of past events, so remember we had a Chinese drywall disclosure, but now we have a new flood disclosure. So it's called FD-1, and let's take a look at it right here, and you'll notice some things. First of all, hopefully you've noticed that we have cleaned up we've cleaned up our form packages here, and they kind of just make a little bit more sense. We've got our compensation agreements in here for FAR. We've got our listing forms in here. But this right here is our flood insurance disclosure, and it's the same exact one for NABOR and for FAR-BAR, whatever. And this right basically it's just, has the seller filed a claim relating to flood damage? Have they received federal assistance, and have they been flooded because of an inland, tidal waters? And basically, it's pretty obvious as to what this is. So it seems like a little bit of an overkill, but it is what it is. We got to use it, so include that in all of your listings. And the official date is October the 1st, but let's start using it now. So all listings are going to have this included, or we just won't activate it. Yes, if it's a condo, if it's a high rise, yeah, you got to use it. I get it. Doesn't make any sense, but stick it in there. It is what it is. So go ahead and use that. Also, for sales, one thing that not a lot of people do, what you'll see if you're ever doing a deal on a high-end home downtown, those agents they include these energy guides, and they're in the contract, and for good reason. You don't want your buyer to have a way out because this has never been disclosed. So start using these, start putting these into your purchase and sale agreements, and that way you cover that base and make sure that'll just make you, hey, look, it's in the contract. You gotta give it out. It is what it is. So this is in there. It calls for it. So include that in your contracts for sale and for purchase. So in any case, take a look here at all of these. I got all the compensation agreements. I've got all your the listing all the listing forms, commonly used listing forms, and they're all in order. And I sat down. Y'all can thank Emily Prescott for helping me out with this, and she pretty much just helped me put together the forms as we need them, as they're most commonly used. And so there you go. Lastly, a couple last things here. If you don't know how to name contracts, if you don't know how to name anything, type in search my files, how to name. All right, everybody has access to these how-to guides. If you don't know how to name a listing, it's right here. Just put the name of the person that you're representing, your name, the address of the property, and the termination date. Simple. If it's not labeled correctly, we're not going to activate the listing or sign off on it for you. So if you don't know how to name things, go here, type in how to name, and just follow the bouncing ball. Also, stop sending me updates. Please stop sending me updates to sign things. Instead, send a signature request. So this is exactly, just treat me like any other client, anybody else that you're trying to have them sign something from afar. Just sign these documents, put my name in here, Parker Hansen. As you can see, this is not very hard. And the reason, I'm not trying to be difficult or be a pest. It's just that you have to understand, it just makes my life easy when I sign things. So, because if you send me an update, I have to go, like, I gotta hop on my computer. But if you send me a signature request, I can go on my phone. I can sign off on my phone. I could be sitting in a car. I could be sitting somewhere doing something, and I can sign off on it, especially on the weekends. All right. So I'm not always sitting in front of my computer all the time, especially on the weekends. If you want me to sign something, send me a signature request. So there you go, guys. Flood insurance disclosure for listings. Start using that energy disclosure for sales. and send me a signature request. Don't send updates. Send me a signature request, and make sure you're naming the files correctly. If you don't know how to name a file, type in how to name in search my app files, and you're good to go. So any other suggestions for how to organize app files? I'm definitely open for suggestions. But anyway, hope you had a good weekend. Hope we have a nice last week of the quarter. And so stay tuned for some more things happening as we put the final touches on the end of the year.